Good morning, folks. This is Best in Slot, and welcome to the announcement for the Planet Zoo Southeast Asia Animal Pack, a brand new DLC coming out on the 30th of March that, whilst it doesn't include any new decoration items this time around, and we'll talk about that later on, it does include 8 brand new animals for your park building, your zoo building, I should say. And only one of those is an exhibit animal. There are 7 brand new habitat animals in this pack, which is 3 more than we would usually get. I'm going to play the trailer for you now, we can enjoy that, and then we'll go through it a little bit, point out what we can see, and then I've got some screenshots that are extra as well as a look at the animals that didn't make it into the trailer, or indeed the screenshots. Okay, very exciting. I think Southeast Asia is a wonderful location for a pack like this. One of my favourite places on the planet in terms of just a general overall region, in terms of variety of wildlife and the general vibes. So we start off with our proboscis monkey looking out into the world. We don't need to talk about the foliage and stuff. None of it's new for this pack. Breaks my absolute heart, but whatever. We'll move on for now. Next we see the sun bear overlooking, gazing off into the sun, feeling gloriously incandescent. We're going to get a better look at all these creatures, so we'll move on from that for now as well. So far we've our proboscis monkey, which is a monkey well known for its large proboscis, for its larger nose in particular. Kind of like a slightly sketchy interpretation of an Argentinosaurus. We've seen the sun bear, one of my personal favourite animals, and my favourite bear, it's worth noting. Although sloth bear. And also here, the absolutely adorable clouded leopard, which is a smaller, tree-going version of the leopard, essentially. There's our Malayan tapir. We're not going to see this again. It's a little bit of a dupe look at, you would say, to an extent, so I guess that's why it's not getting that much of a feature. We do already have a tapir in the game, but Malayan tapirs are very common in zoos, and they feel very quintessentially Southeast Asia, so I think it's a cool and probably needed addition regardless. Here we have our Babirusa, which is probably, I would say, the most obscure animal in the entire pack. It's essentially a wild boar pig thing, but you know, as you can probably just about spot from this image, it's got very, very unique tusks that sort of spurt up and then curl back towards its own face, which makes them seem incredibly useless. I'm sure there's a good reason, maybe for digging, or maybe they are simply a sexual maturity notice, you know. As promised, I went to find out. So the tusks are actually used specifically for intra-species fighting, that is fighting against other Babirusa. Either way, it's a really cool animal and also one of my favourites in the pack for sure. Look at him! Look at him! So these top tusks here are the defensive tusks. So basically they've got like a sword and shield. So you can see these top tusks here folding back. So they're the defensive tusks. They form like a barrier. And then these lower tusks are the offensive tusks. I think I got that the right way around, because they're less pointy backwards and they can kind of dip down and try to jam you with them, and you would block using your defensive tusks. It's a pretty cool little idea. So not much to see here because, like I said, none of this is new, so we can move on. But 8 animals, how great is that? And there's a little close-up of the clouded leopard. Now, people are going nuts for the clouded leopard. It's actually quite low on my list for this DLC, but I do tend to like the slightly more weird animals. But it is very cute. And look at those eyes. Absolutely shining, absolutely beautiful. Big fluffy feet. The patterning is, of course, as it always is for Planet Zoo, absolutely spot on and beautiful. You look at it and you think, oh yeah, hey, it's a clouded leopard. I think that's always a good sign. There's the monkeys showing up. It is a massive nose, isn't it? So that's basically what they're known for. Again, I feel like we should throw some science in here. So the size of the nose in the proboscis monkey, basically, it increases the theory is it increases how loud their calls are. They're kind of like, say, a Parasaurolophus, in which we think the crest was used for a vocalization. It's essentially the same with the proboscis monkey. And the larger nose makes a larger call, and therefore increases your chance of reproduction. As with 99% of things in the animal kingdom, it's about either eating or sex, quite frankly. So, anyways, that's why proboscis monkeys have big noses. Look at him, he looks fantastic. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bear, it's not your time quite yet. He's just chilling there, hanging around. It makes him look like like a wise, elderly old man. with a weird face mask on. There's our Sunbear looking like a wise elderly old man as well, given the wrinkling around the head. I love these things. You'll see why in a second in particular. Let's get forward for now. Some humans. Don't know why. There he is climbing up. I'm hoping they keep looking at the tree climbing mechanics. I think we saw with my koalas that it's a little funky, so the smoother they can get that mechanic, the better. But it is going to be cool seeing a leopard and a feline chilling in the trees like this. Do we have a tree-going feline in the game right now? I don't think so. Look at it, look at the nose. There's one thing the Sunbear is known for, is those claws and that long nose. And also this kind of patterning around the neck and upper chest, which to me makes it look like a superhero, because it is. Look at him! Look at him! See, this is my favourite shot of the entire trailer. He's just sitting in the middle of nowhere. Not a care in the world. Doesn't give a damn about anything. Just doing his own thing. Just licking himself. Just having the time of his life. Yeah, some great animals. Let's go take a look at some more screenshots and the animals that didn't make it into the trailer. So this is the actual announcement for the pack from the Frontier forums. The Planet Zoo Southeast Asia Animal Pack will introduce you to 8 spectacular community favourites, including 1 exhibit and 7 habitat animals that will make for... And my recording program's blocking that bit. I'm going to pretend it says Superstar additions to your zoos. We can't wait for you to meet the magnificent clouded leopard, the unique sunbear, the mischievous proboscis monkey, I've been pronouncing that slightly wrong I think, the fascinating binturong, we haven't talked about that but we will, the marvellous Malayan tapir. I wonder how much fun Shantae had writing this. Adventurous Ussuri dolls, that's another new one. The wonderful North Sulawesi, Babirusa, and the intriguing giant Malaysian leaf insect. They all come with requirements and new challenges, etc. And of course, we'll have Zoopedia upgrades. Another thing I'm not going to mention, but is mentioned... Well, I'm mentioning it now, but it's mentioned on the forums, is that there will be a new timed scenario involving these creatures. But for me, the timed scenarios aren't really something I focus on. If they are for you, that's fantastic. There you go, you've got another one to do, basically. So, let's take a look at some new screenshots. Well, first of all, we have a closer look in at the clouded leopard. Some really nice, high-definition detail where you can really see the individual strands of the fur, which is really cool. I know it's technically a patterning, but still, the individual strands of the fur, the glow in the eyes. It's adorable, because it looks less like a wild big cat and more like a house cat that got a little bit lost, basically, and decided to live out there in the wild. And my favourite type of cat is wild cats that resemble house cats. They're the best cats. And there are many species of wild cat out there that basically look like your house cat that went a bit mental. Yeah, they're adorable. We also have another look at the sunbear. So again, you can see that distinctive marking around the chest. Kind of looks like a bat symbol. Those long claws. And that's sort of very distinctive as well. The sort of the white mask. Again, like a superhero. The white mask that fades. Why is this slow opacity? That fades into the black fur around the head. Definitely my... You know what? I'll rank the animals at the end. But definitely up there in my list. There's proboscis up close. Big honker. There you go. I don't know what else to add on that. There's a big honker. We're going to see them again hanging out together. It really does look, especially here, you look around the mouth area where it's got like these like teeth sort of set apart and small, the wrinkling and the sort of the jutting forward of the chin. It looks like an elderly guy, but it's nice to have a larger monkey and definitely a different coloured monkey. This is definitely a species that's going to stand out amongst our current crowd of primates, and I will say I'm hoping they've nailed the call as well and that we're going to get these really loud vocalizations from these guys. Final screenshot, this one taken from the actual forum announcement, and we get to see our very first babies. So we have Mama Sunbear here in the middle. We've got some, toys and stuff. There is a new enrichment item mentioned, I believe. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this. Is it the bamboo? No idea. This adorable little baby on the left, just like a little version. There's not much else to add. The white on the snout hasn't quite extended past the eyes yet. As you can see, the mask hasn't fully developed. But the sort of the chin strap kind of thing is there. The claws are there. It's just a little tiny adorable sunbear. This one on the right is a freaking mutant zombie. However, it's still a baby, and I'm sure if it sat here it would look adorable. But right here, with this eye in particular on the right, it looks like it's coming to kill me, and it's very disconcerting, and I wish to move on. So, as said, we have 3 more animals. My favourite of the entire pack, I haven't seen it in game yet, but my favourite of the pack is the binturong. Binturongs have long been one of my favourite animals. It's a cat bear sort of tree-dwelling thing. It's got fantastic use of its tail. It looks kind of like an eye. It's adorable and fascinating at the same time. It's got this really cool scraggly look to it to an extent that I'm hoping to get. They don't look fluffy. It looks like it's got sort of coarse fur. So I'm very much hoping that makes it into the game, because I think when I think Binturong, that's one of the things I think of. It's got like massive strands of ear hair, which I appreciate. It's just an adorable, fascinating creature. And I love them, and I want many of them. Okay? Moving on. We also have the Usuri doll. This was the best picture I could find. Sorry about the big stock. Big stock. Eesh. Now, the doll is a canid. The Usuri doll in particular, I think is otherwise known as the Chinese doll. And to be honest, a lot of dolls look fairly similar. The Usuri doll is actually the largest of all the subspecies. You might be thinking that this one is particularly fluffy, and that's because it is. Dolls, like a lot of creatures, they grow a fluffier winter coat, whereas in the summer this same guy would, this wouldn't be here, but he'd be looking a lot sleeker, basically. The fur would be a lot more matted down close to the body. It will be interesting to see if our dolls are given the winter version or indeed the summer version, basically, because that will determine what season our dolls live in all the time. Personally, I don't know actually. Personally, I think I prefer the winter coat version, but I will say the winter coat version is closer to the existing canines we have in the game already, whereas I think the closed fur, non-winter coat version might look a little bit more unique. I don't know how I feel about that. But either way, Usuri doll, very cool. And finally, we have our exhibit animal, which is, this time from Alamy, I believe. And it is the Malaysian leaf insect, which to me always looks like a queen in like a royal gown. Got a little head up here. She's up there. She's doing her thing. She's got this sort of crown going around over here, and then this massive sweeping dress down here at the bottom. She knows what she's about. It's always hard to get too excited about the exhibit animals, but it's a cool animal. Getting a big leaf insect, it's pretty sweet. And it's an interesting looking leaf insect as well, I would say, as leaf insects go. I don't really have much else to add on this one. So, I want to talk about the pack in general. It's a really good selection of animals. The Binturong in particular, the Babirusa, the Sun Bear, those are definitely my three favourites, I would say. Let me try to put these in order. Okay, so, in order. For me, Binturong would be in first, Sun Bear would be in second, Babirusa would be in third, Proboscis would be in fourth, Leopard would be in fifth, Doll would be in... Tapir would be in sixth, Doll would be in seventh, because canids just don't do that much for me, and the leaf insect would of course be in last place. That would be my approximate order. Most of the weird animals are at the start, basically. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Of course, we've not seen all of these animals in game yet. I do want to talk a little bit about this new approach. It's an animal pack, it's not a DLC pack, it's not a scenery pack, so we have 8 new animals. I feel like a lot of you watching this at home will find that to be a great idea. I think you will prefer that to the decoration pack. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that's the impression I would get. Personally, I'm the opposite way. I've mentioned many times in this game how, for me, it's less about the animals than it's about the building. And I know that might sound stupid in a zoo game, but when it comes to, making videos for you guys at home, that's a lot more exciting when there's a lot of new pieces to build with. That said, we did a very successful, very enjoyable series on the Australia pack months after it came out, and everyone had seen those pieces already, so I guess it's not really that much of a concern. And this way we're going to obviously make a big 8-animal Southeast Asia zoo. We'll be doing that as soon as this pack comes out. That's going to be really, really cool. Very excited to see what unique ideas and crazy horror-themed stuff we can come up with for some of these animals. I don't have any ideas right now, but I will be thinking a lot over the next 2 weeks. This DLC does come out on the 30th of March, which is just under 2 weeks, I suppose, at this point in time. Pretty soon, pretty exciting. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you excited about the Southeast Asia Animal Pack? 8 brand new animals to add to your zoos. I will see you lovely folks next time. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.